Hey, this is James. I hope everybody's having a good day today. I'm going to rant about a TV show that I saw, as you probably guessed by the title. So if you're like my wife and that really gets on your nerves, I am sorry. Now to the rant. Last night we're watching a first episode of a show called Reacher on Amazon Prime. I generally enjoy shows like this. It's really smart, investigative, a little bit tactical kind of show. Puts me in the mind of a lot of Tom Clancy material and stuff like that, which I usually enjoy. But we get to an interrogation scene, first episode, and I am really put off by something that they said because it's wrong. Now, keep in mind, I don't mind if you have your westerns where the guy shoots 10 shots out of his 6-shot revolver. It's a Clint Eastwood spaghetti western. I don't mind, all right? I'm not going to yell at that because the expectation has not been set that this is technically correct. So let me show you what I'm talking about and allow me to make my argument, please. So this is an interrogation scene. Reacher's being interrogated. He's going to explain some stuff, and here we go.
Jack Reacher, parents deceased. One brother Joe, older by 2 years, retired Army. Commanded the 110th Special Investigations Unit of the military police. Took out a few men in the course of your duties. All rude good kills. What if I'm thinking I'm sitting across from a man who doesn't mind killing and who has the knowledge and training to murder someone and cover it up?
You'd be right. But not this murder. 3 men dropped this body.
Enlighten me.
Shooter was someone who knows firearms well. Bullets were small caliber, 9mm, 95 grain, that's subsonic. A silencer was used. He also knew enough to pick up his brass. This wasn't a first-timer. This was someone who knew how to conduct a quiet, effective kill.
So, quiet and effective kill, which is fine, but he's using 95 grain subsonic 9mm. Now, as someone who owns a 9mm silencer legally, I usually shoot 147 or 150 grain or even more as far as bullets go because it slows. The extra weight slows the projectile down because you don't want the projectile to break the sound barrier. Once it breaks the sound barrier, you get a really audible crack. If you go back over some other videos talking about suppressors, you'll see me demonstrate this more than a couple times. So, generally, a 9mm hollow point is going to be 115, 135 grain, which is going to be supersonic. So, in order to slow that down, what you do is instead of downloading the projectile using less gunpowder and slowing it down, you just use a bigger bullet, which slows it down and allows you to maintain most of the energy. So most of your subsonic loads tend to be heavier than the average load for a certain type of ammunition. So 115, 135 grain is normal. Most subsonic start at about 147 grain. So using a 95 grain subsonic would be silly, in my opinion, because you're literally just giving up energy for no reason. As a matter of fact, I'm not aware off the top of my head. I'm sure there are, but I can't even think of a 95 grain bullet that I've seen, except for maybe some of those really fast, lightweight, pure copper deals. But generally, 95 grain bullet's actually a 380, which is a different caliber altogether. Now, small comment, not a big deal. It doesn't bother the point of the story. But in the same scene, we get this.
Okay. Medical examiner puts the victim's time of death at around midnight last night.
This morning. It's last night until 11:59 and 59 seconds, and then it becomes this morning. In an investigation, details matter.
12 a.m. this morning is the time of death. If I can...
See, if you're going to be snarky like that, then I get to be snarky too. So if you're going to point out the fact that 11:59 and 59 and midnight makes it this morning and the technicalities, then I get to be technical about your ammunition, how it's dumb. Now, I did a little research on this. A cursory Google search for 95 grade subsonic showed, I think the top 10 results were all referencing this scene, and all of them were mocking it, to say the least. I know this is based on a book. I'm pretty sure that 95 grain subsonic is out of the book. The author is from Great Britain, I think. and I'm going to wager is not really a gun guy. Now, the author writes the book. The book gets made into a TV show by Amazon. At some point, you would think that somebody would ask one of us / gun geeks to not sound silly if this is something that's correct or not. Now, that's the core of why I'm upset, is these mistakes get made in these shows with huge budgets. And you're going to tell me that nobody on the set or the cast or the script or anywhere at any point decided to ask somebody that actually knows because they're too good. Either they don't care to get the details right on a show that's about firearms and they can't be bothered to talk about us lowly firearm people. Simple, silly hillbillies. So they're going to do something like this and just make it sound stupid. So I don't think it's not going to ruin my enjoyment of the show or anything, but it's just something I wanted to rant about. When they make mistakes like this in shows that are literally trying to beat you over the head with how smart they are with their investigation and everything, then that gets where it really bothers me. So, these executives and these people producing these shows, instead of being on their high horse and looking down at all of us lowly firearm people clinging to our God and our guns, well, you're making a show about a guy who's a gun guy, who's an investigation. I mean, it seems like an awful lot of you guys, you Hollywood types, you don't like guns very much, but it seems like an awful lot of your movies sure as hell have guns in them. So at least you could bother, getting it right or doing a little research or, maybe supporting the community a little bit. I don't know. That's all. Stupid rant. Glad you watched. Thank you guys. Hope you have a great day. All that jazz. Peace.